Hello everybody and welcome to my kitchen. This is where all the magic happens, and this is truly where the magic for my health happened, is in my kitchen. It wasn't my workouts, it was what I started doing in my kitchen that made me healthy. It made my weight stabilize, it helped my skin clear up. And so all of you that are struggling with these issues, it might be it might be skin problems, it might be fatigue, it might be weight issues. Focus your efforts in your kitchen, because that's where you're going to get the most bang for your buck. It's what you're putting into your body that makes the most difference in your health outcomes. But I didn't start in a place where, like where I am right now, where I'm eating a lot of greens and vegetables and lean proteins and healthy fats. I came from the place where many of you may be right now. My husband and I were eating out 3, 4, 5 times a week. I was eating fast food. I was eating things like cakes and pies and cereals and donuts for breakfast. Not all at the same times, but every now and then at the same time. And so my eating at that point was really, really unhealthy, and I was experiencing all kinds of problems. My weight was quite a bit higher. I was having lots of skin problems, lots of fatigue and energy swings. And then I got pregnant with my daughter, and at that point I had already started to do what I call upgrading my nutrition, which I'll talk about in a second. But when I got pregnant with my daughter, I knew that it was even more important for me to make sure that I was putting good things into my body, because I wasn't just feeding myself anymore, I was feeding the growing baby inside of me. So I started upgrading my nutrition. And this is where I like to try and encourage people to start. Upgrading your nutrition just simply means doing little things that can turn the foods that you eat now and that you already like into, and you try and upgrade them to make them a little bit more healthy. And so as I did my research and my reading, and I got more interested in nutrition and exercise, with nutrition being probably what I was most interested in, I started learning about all of the stuff that's in our food that doesn't really necessarily need to be in our food. And when I'm talking about what's in our food, I'm talking about the things that are in processed foods. And salad dressing was one of those things that I couldn't believe how much extra stuff is in there that doesn't need to be in there. And I have found that salad dressings are probably one of the hardest things to find that are healthy. And I'm not talking about the fat content of salad dressings. Yes, salad dressings tend to be higher in fat, but that's not necessarily a big deal. But the store-bought salad dressings, the problem there is that the fats that they are using are pro-inflammatory. So I'm going to start by, and they also add things like sugar that don't necessarily need to be in there. So when you're at the store, I challenge you to start looking at the dressings on the shelves, and I challenge you to find a dressing that isn't made with soybean oil or canola oil. And what's the major problem with those oils? They're highly processed. In many cases, they're rancid. They are known pro-inflammatory substances in the body, which means they cause aging faster. They can cause you to gain weight. They're just not good for us. And so, like I said, I challenge you to find a dressing on the shelves today that doesn't contain soybean oil or canola oil. Even the ones that say, like for example, this dressing, it says extra virgin olive oil, but if you flip it over and you look at the ingredients, it does have extra virgin olive oil, but the next ingredient is soybean oil. So I'm always excited when I see a dressing that says extra virgin olive oil, but I am disappointed almost every time that it still contains the blend of oils instead of just extra virgin olive oil. In addition, these salad dressings contain things like calcium disodium EDTA, sodium benzoate, potassium sorbate, xanthan gum, phosphoric acid, things that you wouldn't necessarily put into salad dressing that you made yourself. So, one of the things that I've done to upgrade my nutrition and the nutrition of my family is to make my own salad dressings. And there's lots of simple recipes out there. The recipe that I'm showing you today is for a Green Goddess salad dressing. It's very, very simple to make. And the base of the salad dressing is olive oil and mayo. Now, you have to be a little bit careful here because, again, mayo is another one that's really, really hard to find without being made with soybean oil or canola oil. So you need to make sure you're paying attention when you're shopping for your mayo. Now, I'm going to provide you a really easy homemade mayo recipe. It is really easy to make, but I'm not going to lie, I'm lazy. I have chickens, I've got lots of eggs, and I still don't make my own mayo. I still buy my mayo, but I make sure that it's avocado oil mayo, or sometimes it's called paleo mayo, but it's made with avocado oil. It doesn't contain any of the heavily processed oils. And so the dressing that I made today, which is my Green Goddess dressing, those are the base, the mayo and the olive oil, and there's also avocado in it. And then just some herbs and spices. And like I said, it's really, really simple to make. All you need is a jar to put it in, and I use an easy hand mixer to sort of mix it up really well when all the ingredients come together. And it's really that simple, and I've upgraded my salad dressing so that I'm no longer putting those pro-inflammatory oils in my body, and neither is my family. So I hope that this was helpful for you. If you have questions about making the salad dressing, or if you have questions about nutrition, I'd be more than happy to help you. Otherwise, with no further ado, go ahead and get to the recipe and try and make it yourself this week. Let me know what you think. Thank you so much for listening.